welcome to the video, prepperonis, dumpsterinos, and frugalistas. This is just a jam-packed variety sesh today. We will do a little follow-up, a little dumpster gourmet follow-up with the food, and we will take a look at some plants, and we'll take a look at the things we got to add to our prepper pantry this week that were free from the dumpster because really don't have the money to be stocking up right now. So free is good. Honestly, I think everything should be free, especially water. There's just something about paying a water bill. It just doesn't sit right with me. I should dig a well. Fabio, remind me to dig a well. I'll show you what I've been planting because I want to be able to grow food for my family just in case we need to eat, as human beings do. And I haven't gotten very much in the ground yet. I'm so far behind. So, you know, let's hope global warming keeps that growing season extended all the way to Christmas time. Okay, so let's go. All right, dumpsterinos, remember all those amazing bacon-wrapped pork fillet cuts that Frugal Daddy pulled out of the dumpster? Pulled out 12 packages, so 24 of the little guys all together, and we are cooking up 8 of them. Some of them have Cavender's Greek spice mixture on them, and some of them don't. That one's shaped like a bar of soap.
I just don't want them to burn.
So he opened them, smelled them, they smelled fine. I smelled them, they smelled fine. And there you go. There they are, off the grill. Frugal Daddy tested the inner temperature to be 145 degrees. That's what 145 degrees looks like on the inside. Here's the golf tee thingy that held the bacon on. All right, guys, I'm just going to try a little piece of the pork. That is so delicious. Excuse me. So tender. The grill flavor, of course, is amazing. I'm not a huge fan of bacon, but it's not spoiling it for me. This is really, really good. This is not bad. It is not bad. It is good. He cooked it perfectly. Good job, Frugal Daddy. All right. Remember the Italian-style meatballs from the other day? I hope you do, because here they are. I cooked them up in bacon fat, actually, which probably wasn't necessary, but I had it in the pan anyway. And they smelled great. It's 2 12-packs, so we have 24, and I'm going to now put them in a bag and freeze them. A lot of people ask, what do you do with all the apples? What do you do with all the bananas? What do you do with all the everything? This is our little dehydrator. This was a curbside shopping find. It just has a coil in the bottom that heats up. It's low tech, but it works. So these are apple chips that I'm dehydrating. And this batch I tried something I never did before. Zucchini. These were each big, juicy, thick slices of zucchini, and they have just dehydrated into nothingness. These are they're just light and airy, and I'm not saying I want to eat a zucchini chip, though I don't know, maybe it would be good. That's not my intention. I'm just thinking in terms of storing excess zucchini, this is going to take up a lot less space than cutting them up and putting them in baggies in my freezer, which is what I've always done before. So, dehydrate, dehydrate, dehydrate. Here are some of the bouquets of flowers that Frugal Daddy pulled out of the Aldi dumpster the other night. I had them here out at the picnic table in their big plastic bucket, and then when I was filming the food inside, it started to rain, and then I forgot to come out later to film because, you know, the rain, blah, 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 blah. But they look pretty good. They've been out here a couple days. All right, dumpsterinos, here we go with those 6 potted hanging plants Frugal Daddy pulled out of the Aldi dumpster the other night. We have the 4 new Guinea Impatiens. Those are the ones who aren't looking very happy here. The 1 regular impatient, and then the pink geranium. We're going to have a little update on how they're all doing, but spoiler alert, they're all alive and well and thriving. so dark in here because it's, oh my God, I almost spilled my pea jar. It's super, super, super hot this weekend. So Frugal Daddy shut the shutters and stuff to keep the sun out. Pea jar, she said? Yes, because I need to grow a garden. I need to grow food to feed the family. And I can't afford to go buy fertilizer. I mean, if I really had to, I suppose I could, but then I wouldn't be able to afford something else. So, pea. Your own beautiful pea. It's the circle of life. It's the circle of excrement. It's the circle of urea. I don't know. Pea in the jar, add water, pour it on your plants. I am particularly giving attention to potted plants because they've just been in the same soil forever. And I, feel like that soil needs help first. Out in our yard, we have tons of worms. You can see worm poo everywhere. So I think that soil's better for the moment. Oh, so much backlighting. So much backlighting. Oh, look, that's my dad. Anyway, the pea in the jar works. Nitrogen is to get nitrogen back into the soil, right? The plants feed us, we feed them. The impatiens, the new Guinea Impatiens, so they are doing really, really well. I cut them back in spots, like some spots didn't really, come back. Some stems were broken or droopy, but they bounced back. They bounced back extremely well once they had some water. I'm thinking about actually cutting them back a lot more. I just wanted to show you how well they bounced back. I was thinking about cutting them back quite a bit so they would be fuller, but they're really not too spindly. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, there was 4 of them, and as chance would have it, we have the spots for 4 plants to hang on our front porch. And why is this ladder here? I don't know. Now this is on my front step. This is a dumpster geranium. You're saying, what's happening? Why do you have a ditch in the back of the pot? I have a potato planted back there, and as it grows up I want to be able to backfill it, so I've kept that part empty, but then put the geranium and another little flower with it in the front, so it just looks like a normal flower in a pot, but it's soon gonna have a big old potato growing up behind it. Same with this one. Geranium and a couple of pansies in the front, and then kind of a hole down there and a potato. This is a pot of strawberry plants. I will show you my strawberry patch out back in a moment, but I was out there weeding and kind of thinning it out, and the ones I pulled out, I transplanted and brought them all over the place, and this is one of the places. It is low tide out there, but the little wave runner guys are going to town because I think it's supposed to be 96 degrees today. I don't know what it is right now, but dog is hot. I've shown you this plant before. It didn't look like this. It's poinsettia, and it used to have 2 branches. Anyway, the cats knocked it over and broke it, and all the leaves came off. So I've been watering it, and they are growing back, which is nice. So I think, oh, maybe it was good that the little branch broke off and some of the leaves fell off, because it gave it some me time, some time to focus on the roots, And now it's ready. I'm not going to keep it out in this hot sun too much longer, though, because I think it'll get shocked. Here are the 3 little rescued hydrangeas. Remember I showed them to you when they just had the tiniest little bit of leafage starting again? They are so happy and healthy. I mean, oh my gosh. My babies, you're doing so well. They're amazing. I just can't quite figure out where in the yard I want to plant them yet. Okay, I think that's it for dumpster updates. So now we're just gonna go purely into my attempts to grow food. These are potato plants. This is kind of the beginning of my container garden. In there, we've just got green onions that we got from the dumpster that I, snipped the ends off and regrew the bulbs. I also planted garlic in there, but I don't see anything coming up yet. Potatoes and potatoes. This, I don't know what kind of plant this is, and I'm sure a lot of you do, but I don't. We've had this since we moved here. We've been here 11 years. The previous owner left this plant behind, just kind of like tossed in the backyard. So I just set it up and gave it water, and it's lived outside ever since. I mean, this plant will not die. It does create flowers at some point. It's indestructible. I'm pouring my pea water on these flowers because this giant urn of dirt, it's had the same dirt in it for ages. This is the 800 pounder that I knocked over. I mean, I'm sure it's not 800 pounds. I exaggerate. 750 maybe. I was trying to move it and I knocked it over and it fell on my foot. And I very, very seriously thought I'd broken my foot. But I didn't. And I don't know how because it was heavy. Okay, this is the side of the house. Like the side of the house and then the sidewalk. Not much of a yard over here. But these are all strawberry plants. Thank you, Lisa. No, stop right in front. There you go. These are strawberry plants that were babies and transplanted from the strawberry patch a couple years ago. And then, God, these need water. It's so hot out here. A few more. That's a recent transplant. That does not look happy. This is very sandy over here. I'm surprised that these have done as well as they have. I actually planted 3 potatoes there. I thought, experiment. It'll be interesting to see how potatoes do in sandy soil because my understanding is potatoes can pretty much grow everywhere. And that's a good thing when you're talking about solving world hunger, if you ask me. Hey! Good, how are you? It's my fan base coming down the street. All right. This is in the front garden. That's the rose bush. This has been here for like 11 years too. I think, in fact, I brought this from my old place. Like literally this has been with me so long. And it looks pretty good this year. It doesn't always. What are those little white dot things though? Are those aphids on my rose? You better not be. You better not be. I think they are. Little freaking mother. Ooh, I'm coming back with the spritz of the, what am I supposed to spritz on that? Not pea water. Soapy water? Mildly soapy water? Oh yeah, you are not ruining this rose bush, bud. Flash worked really hard on this. Flash trims this back for me every year. I mean, he chews it to the nub. Why do you chew a rose bush? They're freaking thorns. I don't know. I tell him not to, but you know, Flash will do what Flash will do. I had a hanging pot of strawberries out here last summer and it had a really long vine that went down and created that little baby strawberry. They're my big hydrangeas. They don't have any flowers. Oh, they do have flowers. I mean, they're starting to have flowers. It's gonna be a flower. And I planted some potatoes in front of them. I've just kind of planted potatoes sort of anywhere I felt like I could sneak them in. And this hi, Dharma. This side of the house faces east, so they get plenty of sun in the morning. Strawberries. These hanging pots are strawberries. Liesel is drinking out of the fish pond. Oh, I'm going to try to have a lot of containers going back here. This doesn't look too successful so far. So a lot of these are strawberries I just transplanted a couple days ago. Those look okay, I guess. I think they did not enjoy being transplanted. None of them enjoyed that experience. And that stick right there is supposed to be a raspberry bush, as is that stick and that stick. And if they don't start growing, I'm going to get pissed off. There's going to be hell to pay from where I got them. Strawberries, 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 trying to survive their transplant. I think that one's a mistake because we have a ton. Oh, look at those. We have a ton. I was not supposed to leave those there. Those are peas and obviously sunflower seeds that I started. What is that thing? Anyway, I was planting them and I forgot and left them. But anyway, it rained, so they were wet. Anyway, the yard has wild strawberries as well as my strawberry patch. And the wild strawberries grow all throughout the strawberry patch. And sometimes I can't really tell what's what. But this I know now is a wild one. And the wild ones do not make nice edible strawberries. And the strawberries you eat, this might also be I think that's a wild one. They kind of have smaller leaves. They're just, they look the same, but not the same. And they make these really tiny little yucky, not edible strawberries. At least the ones that grow in my yard are not edible. And the wild ones have yellow flowers. And the ones we eat have white flowers. See the white flowers? The flowers turn into the fruits. I don't remember what this is, but I'll show you. I have more of these going somewhere. Someone tell me what I'm growing. What is that? I don't remember what it was. I'm going to have a lot of things like that, I have a feeling. Strawberry. Strawberry. These could stack and grow vertically. these pots all fit together, but I don't need to do that right now, so they're just hanging out there. That is unused dirt. There's one of my hydrangeas with its little baby flowers, but nothing is happening there, and I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be potatoes. This area gets a lot of sun up until about, I don't know, 2 in the afternoon maybe? A lot of sun in the morning. Back over here by the little fish pond, I just planted 3 blueberry bushes, and I put the tomato cages around them so the dog wouldn't just trample them. And same deal with these with the raspberries. If these don't start to grow, they're gonna be hell to pay. Someone sold me a dead stick instead of a living blueberry bush. Oh yeah, they're gonna hear about it. See that thing? See that thing? Well, that thing is something Frugal Daddy found curbside shopping. We have so much amazing curbside stuff to show you, and we just need to get that video. I need to get that video together. I mean, amazing stuff like that, like big stuff like that thing, and a refrigerator. I mean, I'm not kidding. A refrigerator, like a 3-year-old refrigerator. It's not that big. I'm thinking maybe they just got a new one because it wasn't big enough. But as an extra, for extra dumpster stuff, it's the fine size. All right, now, let's see. What are we gonna look at now? We're gonna look at the strawberry patch and my blackberry bushes, and then I'll show you a couple of house plants that have already benefited from the Amy P water treatment. There's all our unmentionables just hanging out for the neighbors to see, because that's our Frugal laundry drying system. Some of those Vardigs are dumpster Vardigs. I wear Vardigs out of the dumpster. Yes. What are Vardigs? What are Vardigs? Obviously, underwear. Ooh, baby. Oh, I forgot about those. Okay. All right, we're at the strawberry patch. We're at Strawberry Patcheria. Man, is this ever getting the afternoon sun. All right, so this is my original strawberry patch. And then there's some hydrangeas behind it. And this is where I took all the recent transplants from, just because there were some that were just all growing too close together. So these have made a lot of babies that have been transplanted before. And then across the back here, I've got 4 blueberry bushes, and they do produce blueberries, but generally the birds get them before we do, which is a freaking drag, and I have to really try hard to make sure that doesn't happen this year. And I don't even see any on that bush. Well, there's a little cluster of green berries. I know it's not focusing too well, but that one has some too. Nobody needs to tell me what a mess my garden is, because I know. Oh, I see a yellow flower over there. That means wild strawberry. I gotta pull that. Ow, this thing is hot that I'm standing on. Turn around and we have this garden. So yes, that part back there is just a mess, and it's got all these vines and crap growing. I mean, that's basically where we throw our compost, and all that stuff is not supposed to be growing on top of our compost. All right, does everybody know what this plant is with these really pretty little lavender flowers? It's a blackberry bush. And it's bent over because I need something to help prop it up. But here's the cool thing with these blackberry bushes. We've got the blackberries there. We got this one. And this one. They are a viney critter. And when their vines hit the ground, you know what happens. Now they send out little root sucker things, and they start to root. I mean, you're getting a whole new raspberry bush. That raspberry bush in that pot was just like a freebie that started to grow. There's another one over there somewhere. I forgot where it looped. So, I mean, I should prop this up, I'm thinking, because, well, I mean, why prop it up? Let it make another bush first, and then I'll prop it up. And then this along the fence here is a freebie raspberry, so that's very cool. I actually have some freebie hydrangeas. I have 2 freebie hydrangeas that happened that same way. A branch got buried somehow and it started to root. I didn't know hydrangeas did that. It was very exciting. Anyway, we have a lot of strawberries back here as well, and these were all babies of the original strawberry patch. So over there, strawberries. I used to grow tomatoes over here. But now I just decided to focus on strawberries and blackberries and things. Now, here we've got just, ow, hot. Here we have a very sunny corner with just some dirt, and I was thinking of planting, what? I think maybe a few rows of carrots, I was thinking. Now that clump on the ground right there, and then that clump right there, those are all little baby pumpkin plants from pumpkins that we just basically tossed in the garden to compost. And they've grown all these little baby plants. Now I know you're going to tell me I have to thin that out a bit. I can't have 40 pumpkin plants all growing up together. But the mother in me has a lot of trouble killing any of her babies, or the pumpkin babies. Obviously not my birth babies. So I wanted to wait a little bit until I felt they were getting a little stronger. They look pretty strong. And, you know, dig some up and transplant them or put them in pots and just give them away to people. Like, here you go, have fun, here's a pumpkin plant. Back here on the picnic table is where I'm trying to start some things from seed. So I have these things and these things and these things. Are you getting the hint that I can't remember what's what? That's right. So anyway, as you can see, I am super late with starting things from seed, and I have more to do. I want to do cucumbers and tomatoes and stuff, other stuff. Here, I just want to show you a couple of potted plants that have had the pea treatment. This plant is so lusciously thick and alive, and it's so happy. This is follow-up too on dumpster diving. Remember these little solar lanterns? They work. They're totally adorable. I have them hanging in the window, but I took them down so they could, well, it would make more sense to be over here. Well, they could get some sun to charge. They're really cute, actually. I really like them. So there's that plant and that baby. Muspider plant. This was a rescue. Both of those houseplants, both of them are rescues from just neighborhood garbage. And this plant is incredibly forgiving. This is your frugal friend. So forgiving. It gets extremely droopy when you don't water it. But it takes a lot to kill it, though. And then when you do water it, it perks right up. And then when you give it extra nitrogen, because honestly, it's been in that same pot without any kind of fertilizer for like 10 years. Oh my God, that's so sad. I'm so neglectful. But anyway, you can see it's, well, you don't know because you didn't see it before, but it was not like that. I mean, this thing's going insane. It's growing like crazy. And you know it's happy when it starts to make the little babies. So thank you so much to anybody who's made it this far. And I love you for it. And I will see you again soon. I hope you guys are having a fab weekend. It's hot here. Did I mention that yet? Extremely hot. But fun, because it's like summer. It's fun. Love it.
See, look at that. She just jumped in the water.
Oh, good. We're watering the lilies of the valley, and she's going to trample them.